Welcome back to our virtual tour of weather.gov/BTV. Today we'll be taking you through the Rivers and Lakes tab. If you were to click for the current and past stream flows, it will take you to this USGS page where you can find water data based on location. You can create lists of your favorite sites to monitor across a certain area. Of course, you can find the most recent weather conditions that will take you to water.noaa.gov. Prepare to see that website a lot here. And you can also find historical data. So, for example, if we were to go up here and click Vermont, we could open up this web page that shows the stream flow conditions across Vermont. We're opening this up in the middle of winter, so most of these gauges are going to be ice affected, but you can hop in here and see how the rivers are doing as far as are they above normal or below normal or near normal in terms of their discharge, the gauge height, the depth to water level, their temperature, etc., etc. Just based on whatever data is available, you can find that information here. Next up, looking at the ensemble river guidance. If you ever want to look at raw ensemble data of what the predicted chances of flooding are based on a model of liquid amount going into a specific river at an observed gauge, this is the site you'll do it. It'll open up the North American Ensemble Forecast System by default. This is composed of Canadian and GFS data. If you just want the GFS, you can just hop over to the GFS here. So let's pick one spot, maybe outside of our forecast area, just to highlight the information. The greens will indicate areas that there's no flooding forecast, and the yellow here will indicate bankful or action stage. And if you open it up, you can see the plume diagram of the most likely scenario for those shaded in blue, the more likely scenarios in green indicating your 75th to 25th percentiles, and your less likely indicating your 10th and your 90th percentile situations. These are coarse models, so you can always take these with a grain of salt, but by running several models you can get a sense of the probability, and you can scroll through and look at the type of information that it's looking into, like how much liquid you're getting, like how much snowmelt might be contributing to rises and features like that. So this is a handy tool to have whenever there's any potential flooding in the forecast. The river observation map will take you to water.noaa.gov. This is a treasure trove of any river information that you want in our forecast area. It'll automatically open up zoomed into our forecast area covering northern Vermont and northern New York. So let's say if we were to click the Lake Champlain gauge at Burlington, it'll open up this menu here on the right, and you can scroll through how much time you want to go back through. You can click for additional details by clicking the full gauge page, and what you'll open up here are the different flood categories. You'll see this map again of the chart over time, the recent crests and the historic crests, the flood impacts listed across each of these different thresholds. You can always open up for more for those action stage impacts. So a lot of information and resources you can find here. If there's any particular gauge that you're interested in hunting for whatever information you may want. If you were to pick this tab here, the River Forecasts map, it will have the same view. It's just instead of the observations, it'll show you the forecast for each of these different sites. So hovering over, say, Essex, will show the River Forecast Center's forecast for that river gauge over the next 48 hours. Next up, if we hop over to our spring flood outlook, our senior service hydrologist is now issuing these every other week. Wherein this is a layout of the potential for spring flooding in the region. We'll run this pretty much up until the point that snow melts. So this covers any potential for ice jam flooding or any snow melt type flooding across the region, and what the probabilities are with a quick analysis of what our snow depth's looking like, the snow water equivalent, pictures of our river ice, known ice jams, stream flow, and other type information that's relevant to our spring flood forecasts. And lastly here on this page is the local drought information statement. Whenever we are in at least a D2 on the drought monitor, we will be issuing these type of statements. And so with that is a PowerPoint associated with the drought information. So this is all old information, but you can find those statements posted directly on our webpage, or you can always hop over to drought.gov where it'll take you to each of the different National Weather Service offices where you can click and view the drought statements, the last uploaded one in those areas, and of course from there you can access information from drought.gov and look at your drought monitor. So that describes everything that you can find in rivers and lakes on our webpage. If you need to find any information regarding river flooding, drought conditions, or our spring flood outlook, this is the tab for you. Next time we'll go over climate and past weather.